bagi saya event ni adalah first time, melibatkan ramai peminat dan juga car owner yang boleh dikatakan event ni telah diplan 5 minggu lepas. Jadi semalam kita dapat tengok ramai, I think up to 1,300 cars yesterday parade. All type of cars daripada Continental, JDM dan juga Italian marks. Jadi di sini I think it's not about the event yang kita boleh orang cakap event yang boleh mengerat lagi hubungan dari segi networking, otomotif dan sebagainya. Saya rasa event ni adalah event yang first time. Saya amat kagum. Saya harap kita dapat membuat event yang seperti macam ni kerap. Mungkin tahun depan juga kalau boleh tahun melawat Malaysia kita dapat buat lebih baik lagi, insyaAllah.
So kalau ikutkan community motoring lah kita kira motosikal atau kereta, biasanya banyak kelompok-kelompok dia kan. So now MALF bagi satu opportunity mana all these different groups of people basically ada avenue untuk berjumpa bersama-sama. To me is great. I've never experienced this before. Di mana kita ada 4 wheels dengan 2 wheels and all the communities come together, 4x4, track day guys, Harley guys, you know. So it shows the automotive culture yang kita ada di Malaysia, and instead of having this activity on the road, kita adakan aktiviti ni di Sepang Circuit, di mana is actually a control environment, so everyone is safe to drive their hearts out, to ride their hearts out, and of course to enjoy the weekend.
I really don't know the past history of the track, but I'm surprised there's a lot of attendee participants for this event. That's very encouraging. Instead of racing on the road, we can put it on the racetrack for safety measures.
I think this is the first time that MAF invited all the, introduce all the legend. I think this is the first season. For myself, been involved in motor racing from karting up to Formula 1, some Super GT and GT cars. I think it's a great inspiration for me to give back to the youngsters, the next upcoming, drivers or all these, what they call this, the peminat yang minat. So I'm happy to be part of the program, and also we have Tengku Jan, the champion here in drifting, and also MotoGP champion. I think it's to show that we contribute back to the people, and inspire them that hopefully they have a dream and hopefully you never give up and always focus in one thing. I think if you focus, I'm sure you can be there. Thank you.
I think this is a great platform. There's a lot of nice cars and motorbikes in Malaysia, and we normally don't see them on the road. Maybe on social media ever so often, but to have a platform like this where everyone brings out their vehicles and cars, of course that will inspire, of course, the newer generation to understand the history of motoring by having classics all the way up to the latest cars that's available, and of course to see the performance of the cars. I think you have to be here to actually experience the sound, the noise, and the atmosphere to actually understand and be hooked to the automotive culture, be it 4-wheel or 2-wheel. So again, a great platform, great opportunity to show the Malaysians the wide range of vehicles that's available, and of course everyone else that's around it, that includes the legends that are here today as well as other participants as well.
I hope the public, especially the motorcyclists, I see so many of these youngsters being killed on the road. It's very shameful, you know, wasted, you know. Instead of speeding on the main road, they will come to Sepang racetrack and race their whatever they want to experience in the racetrack. So to save their lives on the road.
Saya nak tanya lagi. Okey, mungkin semua orang nak tahu sepanjang perjalanan dan pengalaman tuan-tuan semua. Okey, apa cabaran yang paling susah lah yang dihadapi sepanjang pengalaman tuan-tuan? Boleh ceritakan tak? Pengalaman yang paling mencabar diri.
Bagi saya paling mencabar, first kali masa saya start saya career, I think yang paling penting sekali kita kena dapat support daripada keluarga. Daripada situ juga kita kena dapat support daripada kawan-kawan, dan juga kena dapat kalau dari segi motorsport, motor racing kita kena build up our experience, good result. Dan dari situ juga dari segi kewangan tu yang paling mencabar sekali, sebab kalau kita tengok dalam perlumbaan ni, every season dia punya break short. So end of the first season tu kita ada maybe 2 ke 3 bulan to raise fund. So kalau you raise in between the season tu, middle of the season tu kita dah kena cari sponsor dah. Raise sponsor. Memang sponsor tu those days senang nak dapat, tapi sekarang nampak mencabar sikit kerana kalau kita tengok dari segi sponsorship, as a for sponsor dia nak something in returns, you know. Dengan kalau tengok yang mencabar sekali, kita dah banyak media sosial apa semua. So macam dulu kita tak ada advertisement media sosial, so banyak on television. So sekarang ni kita dah banyak social media, so there's always a way to gain a brand from the media social. Jadi saya rasa konsep tu lebih kurang sama, cuma maybe kita kena cari different solution untuk racekan. Maybe kena tukar kita punya approach apa semua lah. Tapi dari segi macam branding tu, kalau kita tengok as a driver, kalau dia do very well, dia adalah ambassador untuk produk masing-masing. So at the end of the day, it depends which platform yang you duduk. Tapi bagi saya paling mencabar adalah kewangan. I mean kita nak tak nak pun kita kena move, because motorsport adalah satu platform yang orang cakap bukan murah. Tapi semua benda pun ada bajet masing-masing. Kalau kita tengok, semua sport semua ada juga dia punya bajet masing-masing.
Cabaran, saya pun duk fikir apa cabaran ni. But macam Fairuz cakap lah, I think most important is actually the development of yourself. So I think motorsport is one platform. So like any other sport, it could be anything else. But to have longevity, to be able to sustain, you have to go with times. So macam Fairuz kata, dulu sponsorship maybe is slightly easier. There's a lot of or there's limited media platforms. So for example, radio, TV. But nowadays you have to evolve with time. So now social media comes into the picture. You know, the landscape has totally changed in terms of sponsorship as well. So we as motoring or motorsports people in the industry of motorsports, we also have to develop together with time. So that development, I think, is the most difficult part. To stay relevant, to be relevant and understanding the market it is today and evolving towards it.
Well, for me, racing at that time was much cheaper and easier to go motor racing. You can buy a motorcycle for a few thousand ringgit or few thousand dollars to buy a motorcycle, and you get one or two of your friends to help you out. But today, it costs a lot of money, like millions to go into a MotoGP. You know, without sponsorship, I think so it's impossible for individuals to go motor racing. So the time has changed.
Ramai pelumba muda sekarang ni tengok you all sebagai legend, sebagai ikon. Jadi mungkin apa nasihat kepada pelumba muda baru?
Yang penting sekali, I think nasihat saya lah, kalau you nak buat sesuatu tu, buat dalam environment yang tertutup lah. Maksud saya, kalau you nak pergi berlumba, nak pergi buat, dan buat atas jalan. Because atas jalan ni, there's no forgiving. Kalau you accident, you akan, cedera. Kalau nak pergi berlumba, kalau dari segi kereta ke, motor ke, pergi ke litar yang disediakan lah, pakai safety gear semua. Sebab bagi saya, apa-apa pun kalau kita nak buat, kalau kita fokus, kita buat benda dengan disiplin, saya rasa insyaAllah ramai akan boleh cari jalan dan bantu. Dari segi kalau kita tengok macam motor, dah ada banyak government buat program KBS untuk mini pocket bike apa semua tu. Pergi ke jalan arah sana, ke arah sana, minta tunjuk aja ke arah sana. Saya rasa saya tak ada masalah kalau kita tengok banyak program-program ada, dan involvekan diri dengan MAM, because MAM pun ada buat program go-kart, grassroots dan juga untuk motor. Everything ada step. So bagi saya nasihatkan pergi step yang betul. Jadi you dapat guidance dari situ. Thank you.
For me, I think we all as enthusiasts, kita semua ni sebagai duta kepada industri yang kita ada ni, otomotif ke, motorsport ke apa. So as ambassadors for of the sport and of the automotive and motorbike culture, I think everyone is responsible to put out your best behavior. Of course, to have the discipline, so which means race in the right environment, not on the road, and continuously bring positive vibes to the industry, because all it takes is one bad apple to spoil everything. Our industry is still quite niche in a way if you talk from a sports perspective, comparing to, let's say, badminton ke, football ke apa. So I think we all have the task to be the best that we can, to be the ambassador to the sports and activities that we love, and to put on the best show for everyone to see.
Where do you see motorsport in Malaysia heading in the next 5 to 10 years?
In terms of the grassroots, if you look, we have a very good rider currently that won some of the Rookie Cup, Hakim, Danish, Kabil, or in the two-wheel section. And then the four-wheel, we have a lot of grassroots upcoming cutters. If you look at, I think one of the races a few weeks ago in go-kart, one of the category almost 38 karts. So you can see the involvement, the new upcoming rising star is there. But the only thing what's most challenging is the bridging. Where we go from our national to the Asian part, we have to have a right bridging to channel this driver to Europe or to Asia, I think if you look in terms of motorsport in Asia now, it's grown a lot, especially the GTs, the GT3 category. You can see more cars compared to last few years. But for the next 5 years, I believe with the right program for these drivers and right people to lead these drivers and to lead the motorsport, you need to have the right people. a mindset that giving back, not just, of course, motorsport is a platform for everyone to have a business, but of course, at the same time, to return back and to bring this new upcoming star to the right channel. That's very important. I believe on two wheels, I don't see a problem. I think two wheels, I think the local team, ZK Racing, Zufami team, that managing the young riders, they are doing very well. But for four wheels, maybe I need to, I think, to tune a bit, because at the moment we have up to karting stage. We have a very good team in karting and good drivers in go-kart. But only that, the next level, going to the single-seater or GTs, there is need to be a bridging. At the moment, I see there's a very little bridge there for them to go to the next level. I hope with a better economy, hopefully next year with the Visit Malaysia year, I think we can see a much clearer picture. Thank you.
So how about EV racing or simulator or AI?
Okay. In terms of the grassroots on the simulator, is great because you see the simulator, there's a lot of pro e-simulator driver in Malaysia. We have a lot of talent in two wheels, we have a lot of talent in four wheels. I think to grow on the simulator is a new things, because it doesn't require tires, doesn't require mechanics, But in terms of managing and controlling as a driver mindset, the skill, you can see some of the pro drivers in the simulator are as much as good as a real driver. But the only thing that when they drive the real car, they're having problem with the physical, this and that. But that can be improved. During my time also, when I did practice, I did also in simulator to train. So I believe the simulator group is growing in Malaysia. I think with a proper direction, of course it will go to the next level internationally. Thank you.
Maybe I want to know from Sir Sony, because it's from the motor, is that correct? So maybe you can give the advice for the youngster.
Can you kindly repeat the question, please?
Boleh tak bagi nasihat kepada anak-anak muda yang berminat untuk menjadi seperti you? Sebab tadi I rasa you tak jawab lagi. Yes.
Well, as for the younger generation and the public, I strongly refrain them from riding high speed on the public road, because it's dangerous, It is a two-way traffic for the, oncoming cars. You might be very good, but some of our car drivers or motorcyclists, you could hit into them. So my advice is, you want to go high-speed racing, come to a track. That's the best place to practice your skill. Other than that, to do on the public road is very dangerous, especially with the high volume of cars today.
Sorry, I got one question, because today is Father's Day, right? I think if your kids or your son, your daughter tell you that, alright, Dad, I want to be in motorsport, I want to be a racer, what would you say? Would you encourage your kids to do that? They say, oh, no, they see my dad as a hero, so I want to follow my dad's step. So what do you think?
It's not, I think the question you asked whether you allow them to race, is it?
Yeah, like if your son tell you that, Dad, I want to be the racer, so what would you say? What would you tell them? What is your advice to your kids when they tell you that I want to be like hero like you?
Well, it depends up to the parents what they want to do with them. But most Asian parents do not encourage their children or their daughters to go motor racing. They would rather them to study than to go motor racing. Most of the Asian parents thinking, when I go racing, my dad was against me. but I just go against my dad's wish.
If your kids want to be like you encourage. So you encourage your kids to be a racer?
Yeah, if he got his mind of own and if he, then you have to support him. You can't challenge your son, isn't it? Am I right? Yeah. If he got a skill and he got a perseverance, why not? Then you have to give them the encouragement. Otherwise, your father-son relationship.
Because all of you have a same cabaran, right? Sorry for Tengku Dichai.
My son actually is racing now karting. You know, he got passionate about it. He started early at 5 years old, but I have having problem at this time. I still racing at the same time, but I told him that's the way, because I know I don't want to break his heart. Because you know, you go halfway, then you know it's not fair to him. So he really started real racing when he was 12 or 13 years old with the SIC program. He finished runner-up in the championship in the junior SIC program, and then the first year in the international event, he finished his runner-up. And for Malaysian karting, he won a championship last year. So this year he will do some other race in Yami and also Rotex Championship. And hopefully next year maybe he goes to Europe to do some round there and move to single seater from go-kart next year. Hopefully, if we manage to raise I think the fine on time, then it shouldn't be a problem. Okay.
My approach a bit different. I think generally, like you know, if you have kids, then you would want them to enjoy what you are doing as well. You know? So then you bring them to the circuit, you get them involved in motorsports. For me, it's slightly different. I think everyone has their own talent in different areas, and they need to find that passion and that talent. And when they do find it, then yes, I will support it. If it's motorsports, it's motorsports. If it's something else, it's fine. I will also support. But I don't want to be in that position where I try to push him into the activities that I do because I think is good for you, for example. Yeah, I would rather him enjoy what he wants, build the passion that he needs to fuel himself in the future. Yeah, because motorsports, and in anything that you do, sometimes it's a knee-jerk reaction. You know, it's like, oh, at this moment I like it. Then you get involved, you get too involved in it, but to realize that, oh, maybe it's not for me. You know, so if you go in and you build up that passion towards whatever the activity you're doing, I think it's better because in the long run, then that passion will not die off, and that commitment will be there for you to progress further. That push to be good at whatever you're doing will be there. So that's my approach. Slightly different. That's why my son is not here today, because I didn't want to pull him here. I would rather he say, Dad, I want to come today. You know? Yeah.